Recap, spoiler heavy, of Superman 2025, written and directed by James Gunn and starring David Corenswet as Clark Kent, Superman. Basic setup and context. The film premiered on July 7, 2025 TCL Chinese Theater, and was theatrically released in the USA on July 11, 2025. It is set in the newly rebooted DC Universe DCU Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. Superman has already been operating as a known super-powered being, metahuman, on Earth for a few years. This is not the origin tale. Key cast: Clark, Superman, David Corenswet, Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan, Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult, Krypto the Super Dog, The Justice Gang Team, Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, etc. Recap, plot summary, chronological with major events. 1. Early mission and reputation shift. The film opens with Superman intervening in an international conflict. He prevents the militarized nation of Borovia from invading its neighbor Jarhanpur. His action, though effective in stopping war casualties, leads to political backlash because he acted unilaterally without full international approval. In the public eye, Superman becomes polarizing, hero to some, symbol of unchecked power to others. His relationship with Lois and with humanity becomes more complex. For example, there is a scene where Lois and Clark cook dinner at home and discuss the ethics of his actions. 2. The scheme of Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor manipulates events behind the scenes. He uses a metahuman, Hammer of Borovia, to set Superman up, creates chaos in Metropolis, and orchestrates a storyline that frames Superman as the perpetrator rather than the savior. Luthor also invades Superman's Fortress of Solitude, steals key data, the video message of his Kryptonian parents, and manipulates the message so the world sees Superman as a threat. Superman is then forced to surrender to government custody. He is taken into a pocket dimension prison controlled by Luthor, where he is weakened by kryptonite-based weapons and faced with metahuman adversaries. 3. Rescue and revelation. Lois, Jimmy Olsen and Mr. Terrific work behind the scenes to rescue Superman. Krypto the Super Dog plays a key role in identifying Superman's location and facilitating the infiltration. In the ensuing sequence, Superman escapes the dimension, confronts Luthor's schemes in Metropolis, exposes the truth of the Borovia Jarhanpur conflict manipulation, and clears his name. Meanwhile, Lex's program of metahuman control and identity laundering is revealed and the hero regains public trust. 4. Final battle and resolution. The climax features a massive battle. Luthor unleashes Ultraman, a genetically cloned Superman adversary, and a dimensional rift black hole device threatens Metropolis. Superman, supported by the Justice Gang and allies, defeats Ultraman, sending him into the black hole, shuts down the rift, and stops Luthor's plan. In the aftermath, Superman returns to his human roots, the adoption of memories from his earthly parents, the Kents, and a reaffirmation of his role as protector rather than conqueror. The video message of his Kryptonian parents is restored or replaced with a recording of his adoptive parents, symbolizing his commitment to humanity. The post-credits mid-credits scenes hint at future developments: Superman on the moon watching Earth, Krypto's role, and a possible introduction of Supergirl. Key themes and observations. Power and responsibility. As in many Superman stories, the film explores what happens when a being with near-godlike power acts without full oversight. Superman's early interference forces a reconsideration of how power should be used and watched. Identity and duality. Clark Kent, Superman's embrace of his human side via his adoptive parents, alongside his alien heritage, is central. The message from his Kryptonian parents is manipulated, and his choice to favor the human legacy is symbolic of his internal journey. Truth, media and public trust. Lois Lane's role is critical in the film. Her interview, her reporting, and the media's portrayal of Superman show that one's story is only as strong as the narrative others believe. Corruption and redemption. Lex Luthor's manipulations reflect how institutions and powerful people can twist heroism for profit or politics. Superman's redemption arc is about restoring truth and integrity. Hope and humanity. The tone of the film is more optimistic than some recent superhero entries. There is celebration of kindness, heroism grounded in empathy, a flying dog, Krypto, and colorful action imagery. My take, summary thoughts. Superman 2025 is a bold reset of the character in the DC universe. It moves away from the origin narrative, how he became Superman, and jumps into the consequences of being Superman in a complex world. The standout performances are Corenswet as a fresh yet earnest Superman, Holt's Lex Luthor more charismatic and business-like, and Brosnahan's Lois who anchors the moral center. While the film is entertaining, some criticisms apply. The plot is ambitious and sometimes a bit dense with multiple threads. Certain character or thematic arcs might feel underexplored, for example, Krypto's depiction drew some fan commentary. Critics noted the film felt like popcorn entertainment with substance, but not necessarily as iconic as earlier incarnations. For anyone doing a recap, focus on the three major acts: Superman's early mission and falling public trust, right-pointing arrow Luthor's conspiracy, and Superman's capture, right-pointing arrow the rescue, truth revealed, final battle, and Superman's reaffirmation of his role as protector. Highlight key moments: the Borovia conflict, the deception of the parental message, the pocket dimension prison, the black hole climax, and the final embrace of humanity. If you liked it, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more recaps like this.